Hello everyone, my name is Dogly. Ever since the end of November, my main account has been absolutely grinding trying to get good artifacts from the Husk of Opulent Dream set. In particular, a great geo-damage bonus goblet on set has been something that I've been striving to farm. One of my most watched videos showed my pain in farming the Viridescent artifact set, and in that video, after nearly 2,000 Resin, I barely got any Elemental Mastery main stat artifacts. This time, I didn't want to give up in the middle of farming though. I wanted to commit myself to a goal and stay in the Husk domain until the goal was achieved. And I wanted to go big for this. My goal was to get a nearly 40 crit value Geo Husk Goblet. I came close a few times along the way, but I wanted to still keep going. In the beginning, I recorded all of my artifact drops like what you're seeing play out right now in the background. But after a while, rather than showing you hours of my boring artifact farming footage, I started only rolling the good artifacts that had potential. And this video will cover my 3 best geo-damage goblets for the Husk artifact set. Before getting to those rolls though, I want to briefly go over the math here. I've kept a diligent tally of how many days and how much resin I've spent farming this domain. At the very beginning, on day 1 when the artifact domain was released, I spent 25 fragile resin, which in total equals 1,500 resin spent. Since then, I've been pouring literally all of my daily resin into this domain. I use my Teapot's transient resin for 2 weekly boss drops, and I don't spend any other resin on anything else. I mean, after all, this account really hasn't summoned for any characters other than Itto in all of version 2, so it's not like there's really anything else for my resin to be spent on. In total, I spent 147 days of resin on this domain, and I'm a low budget player, so I don't do any resin refreshes. There's 180 daily resin, so 180 times 147 totals 26,460 resin. Add in that 1,500 resin from the very beginning, and that equals 27,960 resin spent total. This also then equals 699 domain runs using condensed resin. Since a condensed resin can be spent for 120,000 Mora, this means if I didn't farm this domain at all, I could have gotten 83,880,000 Mora instead. So the question is, are my Geo Husk goblets worth nearly 28,000 resin or nearly 84 million Mora? Well, I'll let you be the judge of that. Alright, so I just farmed this double crit geo damage bonus goblet. I'm really excited. It has flat defense, which is not as good as defense percentage, but you know what? I'll take it. So hopefully this can roll into being a great piece for Albedo or for Itto. So I'm just going to dump this artifact right in there, get this all the way up to plus 18. We had 2 rolls into HP, but a roll into crit damage and a roll into crit rate. This is actually looking like a godly piece for Zhongli, but I do not have him on this account. I want this goblet to go for Albedo or for Itto. So if we can get one more roll into crit damage or crit rate, then I think it'll be worth it. Let's see. And a decent roll into crit damage. Alright. So over 20% crit damage, 6.6% crit rate. Not a bad artifact. You know, that one roll into HP percent kinda stings a little bit. Alright, second time we're gonna roll for a geo damage bonus goblet. And we got crit rate. Oh, that's great. So this is already a double crit goblet, and it has some energy recharge to boot, so this could be potential for Itto. I know my Albedo does not want that energy recharge at all. And another roll into crit rate. Good, good. Let's get more crit. crit damage, mid-roll into crit damage, but it works. Alright. Roll into crit right there. Not a great roll, but you know what? It does its job. So 10.1% crit rate. Let's get some crit damage, please. And it's a low roll, but it's crit damage, right? Holy crap. So this is somewhere around 38 crit value on this one. Not bad. Not bad. Still, I haven't gotten that 40 CV that I really wanted, though. Alright, I'm back and I'm trying again for that 40 CV Goblet. And we got a 4 starting stats with max rolls into crit rate and crit damage. So this is going to be the test. If we can't get it here, then when can we ever get it? I'm nervous. First roll is going to be crit rate. Alright. Mid roll into crit rate. Let's see what the next roll is. Mid roll into crit damage, but looking pretty good. Pretty good start. And another roll into crit damage. This is... Holy crap, this is only plus 14, but look at it. And another 7%, or sorry, another 3 point... another something into crit rate. I don't know what the roll was. I moved through the menus too fast. Let's see what we can get. And it rolled. It was starting so good. Well, holy crap! This actually did get over 40 CV. This is something like 43 CV. That last roll into HP it hurts, but let's take a look at Itto with this equipped. So he's at basically an 80 to 240 ratio. And here are all of his artifacts. I would say he's really carried by that goblet and by his circlet. This off-piece circlet is absolutely godly for him. So glad I got it. And then let's take a look and see what Albedo is equipping. So he's lower on the crit rate and crit damage, only at 62 to 130. Of course, Cinnabar Spindle. And here are his artifacts as well then. I would say they're not quite as good as Itto's, but they get the job done. So that's what it's been like for 28,000 resin on this account. Those are the geodamage bonus goblets that I got. Comment down below and let me know what your artifacts have been like. And I look forward to hearing from you guys in the future as well. Take care and bye.